Hello and welcome to the series of UiPath Orchestrator API. In the last video, we have seen how we can get all the logs from Orchestrator using API. Also, we have seen how we can get the logs for specific robot using API. As we are aware, we can run our UiPath workflow from Studio, Orchestrator or from Assistant. But what if I tell you we can also trigger our UiPath process using API or from any other application? Yes, you heard it correctly. So, with the help of UiPath Orchestrator API, we can run the job published onto the orchestrator. To do that, UiPath giving a two API call. One, to run the job without providing any arguments, and second, to run the job by providing input arguments. Before moving ahead to test our API and run the job, we need an access token, we need a folder ID of our orchestrator service, we need a robot ID and release key. So I have already shown you how we can authenticate and get the access token. Also, I've shown you how we can get the folder ID from folder request API, and I've shown you how we can get the robot ID. Before moving ahead, we'll see how we can get the release key. So to get the release key, UiPath is providing this API call, which is a get release get all. So in which the method would be get, and we have to provide this endpoint. Also, we need to provide a bearer token for authorization. We need to provide content type, tenant name and folder ID under the header section, and it will return all the release key. So let's go ahead and test this API in Postman. So I will replace this URL by my own orchestrator URL. So these details I have copied from my earlier videos. In my earlier video, I've shown you how we can get this orchestrator URL, how you can get the tenant name, and how you can get the folder ID. So these things we'll be using in this video to get our release key and to run our job. So we have entered all the headers, and now to authorize, we just need to select OAuth 2.0, and it will automatically take the token that we have created using authenticate request API, and we are good to go. So let's click on send button and send a request to server. So in the response we'll get all the release that we have published on our orchestrator. So let me copy it and paste it in a notepad to understand clearly. As you can see here, all the details of release are available. So this is the key of release, of each release. I've created one workflow. It will just print a hello message with the input argument name. Uh, so I'll use that process for this demo. I'll copy the release key of this process for further use, and I'll paste it in a notepad. So we got the release key. Now we have access token, folder ID, robot ID, and a release key. Let's go ahead and see how we can start the job using Orchestrator API. To start the job, UiPath is providing API, which is a start job. This is the endpoint through which we can run our job. Then it takes a bearer token for authorization, and in the header section it takes a content type, tenant name and folder ID. In the body section it is asking for a release key that we have got from release API. Then it is asking for a robot ID that we got from our robot API request. So let's go ahead and test this API in a Postman. So first of all, copy this endpoint. So select the method as a post, paste here, and replace this URL with your orchestrator, cloud orchestrator URL. Under authorization, select OAuth 2.0. Under header section, mention content type as application JSON. So in the header section, we need to provide content type, tenant name, and folder ID. In the body section, we just need to select raw and JSON, and we need to provide these things. So we need to pass our release key here. So the release key we need to pass, and the robot ID. So robot ID will be getting it from our robot request API. So I have only one robot and its ID is this. So we've selected the HTTP method. We have provided the endpoint. We have selected our token. We have provided the headers, and we have given the release key and robot ID under body section. So it will invoke the process that I have published onto the orchestrator. So let's send the request, and if we can go to the orchestrator and go to the job section, you can see here our job is in pending status, and if you can see, we got the output. So this is basically the process which is popping up the message box. As you can see, our job is successful. So this is how we can run the job using Orchestrator API. But what if we have to run the job by providing any input parameters? To do that, UiPath is providing a different API. So let's go ahead and see that. UiPath is giving this API request, and through this we can start run our job by providing input argument. So I'm using the same example that I've used for previous API to start the job with input. So I have used the same process, which is printing a hello message, but this time it will take some input argument, which is a name, and it will print that name along with the hello message. See about this API. So it takes the post as HTTP method, and this is the endpoint. So it takes the authorization as a bearer token. And in the header section, as usual, it takes a content type, tenant name, and folder ID. So in the body section, most of the things are similar, as it takes a release key and robot ID, except it takes an input argument. Here we need to provide a parameter of the process and value separated by colon. So let's go ahead and test this API in a Postman. So select post method, replace the URL with your orchestrator URL, select authorization OAuth2, so we have entered all the headers, then go to the body, select raw, JSON. So this is the release key that we have got. So enter the release key. We need to enter the robot ID that we have got as a response of a robot API. Here we need to change our input argument. If you can see here, we have to provide a name of a parameter and the value. So in our case, the name of parameter is a name, and I want to pass the value as Priyanka. So we are good to go, and so let's send the request. If you can see here, our job is in running state, and you can see the message box that we have got as a response. So we have successfully run the job through API. So that's all for now. In this video, we have seen how we can start the job without any input argument, like normal process that we have published onto the orchestrator. And we've also seen how we can run the job, which takes the input as an argument. In the next video, we're going to see how we can create asset and get the asset from orchestrator. So thanks for watching my video. Happy learning.